21 days until voters cast their ballots in the midterm elections. Here to offer perspective and insight into his party and important campaigns we should keep our eyes peeled for is Stephen Wright, chairman for the Dorchester County Republican Party. Great to have you.
Good morning.
So we have talked to several people, both in the GOP and on the Democratic side. We are in a very interesting state right now. Tell me a little bit about where you think the GOP party is headed.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I believe that Republicans across the state and across the country are in a very strong position to win in the midterm elections. But as I put out in a message to my team this morning, no victory is guaranteed, and victory is only given by the team that works the hardest and leaves nothing on the field. And so while things look very good for us right now, we cannot take anything for granted. We have to put all of our support and financial resources behind our nominees, and that is what we're doing in Dorchester County.
Yeah, and we're seeing just a really interesting sea change amongst the politicians that are representing all different states and cities across the country. In fact, we just found out that Tulsi Gabbard, she has left the Democratic Party. So what is this signal, both to Democrats in your view, but specifically to your party?
I think what we see across America is that Democrats have lost their way. They no longer represent the working class that they once represented. They are a party that is more interested in cancel culture. They're a party that is not interested in the pocketbook issues that are facing America and Americans. And so whether it's an open border policy, whether it is continuous socialist spending out of Washington, Americans have lost faith. And we've had our own Democrat in Dorchester County switch parties, Ms. Harriet Holman, a county councilwoman, and she is running this year as a Republican, lifelong Democrat who left the Democratic Party and is a Republican now. And I think this is just the beginning of a movement that is sweeping America and is going to benefit the Republican Party in our country in the future.
Have you talked to her personally?
To
Tulsi,
Harriet? Or Harriet?
Yes.
Absolutely. I talk to Miss Harriet all the time. I was a key in her transition, and she switched in February of this year.
And why? Why did she say she wanted to switch?
Well, first and foremost, she's against defunding the police.
Yeah.
Miss Harriet is an African-American woman, and she realizes defunding the police hurts African-American communities the most. Secondly, she's proudly pro-life. And I believe abortion is on the forefront of minds of Americans across the country. And Democrats support an abortion policy that would align us with China and North Korea. Abortion on demand with no restrictions. Republicans in South Carolina want to align our abortion policy with that of our European allies.
Well, in fact, politicians like Bernie Sanders of Vermont, he is saying that the Democrats are focusing too much on abortion as a policy issue and not enough on inflation, gas prices, things that affect families right now, today.
Absolutely. Yeah, Democrats, they can't run on the economy. They can't run on foreign policy. They can't run on securing the border. And voters are asking themselves one simple question. Am I better off today than I was 2 years ago? And the fact is, they are not. They are being hammered at the grocery store, having to empty out their wallet to fill up their refrigerator. Gas prices are on the rise once again. And the fact is Americans are suffering. And it is my goal as a Republican Party chairman to outline a positive vision focused on the future with solutions that will lift all Americans up.
Now, I have to point out that you are the youngest to hold the position of chairman for Dorchester County Republicans. So you started in that position 2 years ago?
That is correct. I was elected in
27.
April of 2021.
And you're how old?
I'm 29 now.
You're 29 now. And so where do you want to see your party headed? And speaking from someone who is younger, what would you say to those up and coming voters when they see social media and they see certain policies that they think are beneficial to them? What would you tell them to vote red?
Absolutely. So first and foremost, I ran for chairman out of obligation. I saw that our country is in crisis. And I realized that the Republican Party at the local level and the national level could not continue doing things the way that we've always done them. So I've led in a different way, a way that is more inclusive, a way that is more open. And I believe that's what our party needs to do. We need to realize that we're a big tent party. And we win elections by building coalitions. And that's what I've done as chairman. For young people out there, one thing young people don't like is being told what to do. And Democrats want to dictate to you how to live your life in every aspect. Republicans believe that you should be given the freedom and the choice to live your life the way you see fit. And so as as chairman, we are championing values that lower people's taxes, that deregulate our economy, and that give people the freedom and choice to do what they see necessary in their life.
I want to thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
November 8th, make sure you go out and vote. We're back after this.